So let's jump into that and take a closer look at this matchup that we do have today, as it is the last hurdle to the finals. The two teams meet again. It's the classic derby. This is a big thing here in Korea. Everybody talks about Gen G versus T1, and we get it here once again. No surprise.
That's what we want. That's looking good. That's looking very close. And as you can see in the regular split, it's often T1 that finds the edge. This split included. And Gen G, they went, like a lot of our teams, through a rough patch. I think we can say this of any team that is still in the tournament between Damwon, T1 and Gen G. They've all had moments where it kind of fell apart. In Gen G, it was specifically round 2 where they really started to kind of taper down, but then the last series against Nongshim was basically returned to the Gen G of old.
Yeah, and I think there's one thing, you know, we haven't gotten to the draft yet, but if there's one thing I do not want to see, if I'm a T1 fan, it's BDD syndrome. No. Let's just ban that out. You know,
yeah.
If you're hoping to have a chance against BDD, that is, the guy is pretty insane, and he had a game-winning play. They are up against Nongshim. Teddy's return, actually. Teddy comes back into the playoffs. They bring the veteran back for the extremely high-pressure matchups, and he had a fantastic performance up against Live Sandbox in T1's 3-0 against them in the round 1.
It was an exceptional return from Teddy, because not only did he bring the traditional Teddy strengths that we kind of gotten to associate the player with, his late-game team fighting, but also his early laning was so much more impressive. Literally got a kill, level 1, in a counter matchup that he was given. I think something that will make you really excited about today's match as well. Especially considering that for Ruler, recent match looked better again, but not the Ruler that I think we've used to see. And also we can see this in the All-Pro votes, right? It's one of the very first times that we see Ruler take a little bit of a nosedive, and that's an important matchup there in the bot lane.
Yeah. We're taking a look at Ruler versus Teddy. Note that Teddy in both 2017 and 2018, he was on Jin Air, so things have changed, I suppose. Teddy kind of getting the upper hand in recent times. As you can see, Ruler, over the course of summer, he was first when it did come to damage per minute. So even though we were saying, oh, Ruler doesn't look exactly like the 80 carry that he used to be, he's still good. But actually, he was exceptional when it did come to the stats. At least he was outputting a lot of damage.
And that says a lot about how high our expectations are. I think this is something that we in the LCK in general don't really take into account. Like, context is everything, and when Ruler isn't clearly the best AD carry in the entirety of like the LCK, we're like, oh man, he's having a rough split, which that's not really reasonable. And as pointed out, I think that Teddy, I like the swap to Guma when it came to it, but I'm also exceptionally happy to see him back. He's been an incredible player, and